Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting video. Tonight we're going to be talking about Squishmallows' recently released line of Poppy Playtime themed soft toys. And I actually recently found out about these just by going and taking a walk through my mall. I took a walk through my local showcase, which is in said mall, and was pleasantly surprised to see a line of Poppy Playtime Squishmallow toys. Something I was not even expecting. But there they were. There was Huggy Wuggy, Catnap, and Doughy the Doughman. And after doing some research, I also found out there was a Kissy Missy plush also available. And with all that being said, let's take a look at the 4 different Poppy Playtime themed Squishmallows individually. Starting off with the fan favorite character, Huggy Wuggy. And Huggy Wuggy looks interesting as a Squishmallow. I think it's the tufts of fur on the side of his head, which make his head look like a triangular shape, that's throwing me off. Because while this is accurate to what Huggy Wuggy looks like, the way they are implemented into the plush look odd. I mean, there's a very visible seam line where these tufts of fur connect to his head, making it look less like it's just part of his head, and rather some weird furry horns. Like, that's what it looks like to me. But the rest of the plush is great looking. I love how his eyes are dilated, and that he's got this big, wide-open mouth full of his dangerous, pearly white, sharp teeth. He even has a patch of fur on the chest of the plushie. There's a nice ribbon bow tie, and it looks really cool. I wish he was furry all over, but it looks like he only has the fur on the chest, which is not a huge gripe, but it's just those tufts of fur on the side of his head with this particular plush that make him look odd. But all things considered, he is a pretty decent Squishmallow plush of Huggy Wuggy. And while not fully fitting into the style of Squishmallows, he looks alright. Talking about Kissy Missy next. Ugh.
Brother, what's that?
Those tufts of fur. Like, I don't know if it's just the light reflecting off of them, specifically where those tufts are, but it looks bad. Obviously, you can plain as day see the seam lines where the tufts of fur connect to her head, and it just looks bad. These promotional images make it look bad. It looks like she's wearing a bra on top of her head. I don't know what else to say. Other than the just disgusting look of the tufts of fur. She's got the dilated eyes, same as Huggy Wuggy. She's got the eyelashes, the big goofy smile. She's got a nice blue ribbon bow tie. And she has the patch of fluffy fur on the chest, same as Huggy Wuggy. All things considered, it's pretty much the same type of toy. I mean, Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Missy were literally supposed to be like the version for boys and the version for girls type of toy in the game's lore. So, of course, they're going to look very similar. Obviously, Kissy Missy being friendly does not look as scary as Huggy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like this one like at all. We have Doughy the Doughman, and the first thing I want to say about this particular plush is that Doughy as a character works well in the Squishmallow style. I mean, if you look at Doughy, he is literally just a sentient pile of Play-Doh, and he looks good in Squishmallow form. He is literally just blue Play-Doh with like the multicolor swirls of different Play-Doh colors mixing in. He has a really nice plushy top hat, and his face looks like he's like mid-laugh, like he's giving a good chuckle. You've told a funny joke. But yeah, there's not much to really say about this doughy Squishmallow. It looks like him, and he definitely lends himself quite nicely to the specific style of plush that Squishmallows makes. So, good job with the dough man, Jazzwares. And lastly, we have Catnap. And Catnap, he also works really well for a Squishmallow, but for a reason of another kind compared to Doughy. You see, Catnap was designed to put kids to sleep with a special sleeping gas, which he expels from his mouth. Basically, Catnap puts people to sleep. And Squishmallows are explicitly designed for kids to cuddle with, sleep with, all that jazz. So, Catnap being a character that puts people to sleep, and with Squishmallows being a company that wants you to sleep and cuddle and squeeze these soft toys, Catnap is perfect. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Catnap, his design looks really good. I love the ears. I love how they put like the darker purple for the inside of the ears. I love how expressive that smile is. He's got these beady white eyes. He's got a little bit of like fur texture on his cheeks. He's got like the raised eyebrows. You can see his tongue. You can see the collar with the crescent moon on it. And this is very much giving me the vibe that this isn't like the monster Catnap that we see in the game, but this is actually just a plush toy of Catnap, as we know that Catnap is a plush toy. So, this is clearly, from what I can tell, supposed to be the version of the Catnap that was sold as a toy, rather than the bigger bodies monster version of Catnap that we see in the games. And it's really cool. I love how expressive it is. It looks super cute, and of course kids are going to want to cuddle and squeeze this thing. And there's not much else to really say about it. He looks like Catnap, specifically the plush version of him. All things considered, putting my minor gripes aside, I think this is a solid first step into the Poppy Playtime squad. And like many squads before it, the Disney squad, the Pokemon squad, the Halloween squad, the Food squad, and so on and so forth, I hope that the squad will get future entries where we could see other popular characters be featured as Squishmallow plushies. Like me, particular, I would love to see characters like Simon Smoke, the Pianosaurus. I think Yarnaby would work really well in this line. I mean, you just have to make a furry yarn body and then put like the Yarnaby face on there. You don't have to have the face split open. It could just be the kind of connected face. That would look really cool. You could also add characters like Mommy Longlegs. I don't know if that would particularly work in the line, but it's a character that everybody knows, and I'm sure it would sell toys. And of course, they gotta make a Poppy Squishmallow at some point. My final thoughts on the Poppy Playtime squad are mostly positive, and it even seems like the folks at Jazzwares deliberately picked characters that they know are fan favorites and are easily recognizable. Characters, of course, like Doughy, Catnap, Kissy Missy, and of course Huggy Wuggy being the most popular character in Poppy Playtime, and one might even say their mascot next to Poppy, who is like the main character in the game. I also want to say I am excited to see this line evolve. I hope that they add more characters, like I said before, because I'm sure they can make a lot of money with this, as Poppy Playtime is still active. The story is still developing in a chapter-by-chapter basis, releasing new games that continue the story. And with all that being said, that brings my video on the Poppy Playtime squad to a close. Let me know what you guys think about this collection of 4 Squishmallows, And what do you want to see them make if they continue making more squishmallows for Poppy Playtime? With that, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.